We have another listener question. Again, if you're a fan of the podcast and want to ask a question, we have a Patreon where you could get a whole bunch of cool stuff. We have a listener question from MassiveGains.
Mm-hmm.
And MassiveGains wants to know, again, in the wake of the recent news and all the stuff that we've been discussing, with the new Commander class scale and price point, what characters would you like to see used in it? Now, what he's asking is, we have the new Commander class price point that was revealed with the Jetfire. From what we've seen, judging by the price and everything, it seems like it's something that's kind of in between that of the Titan scale and a leader class, slightly larger than a leader, but not large enough to be in the Titan scale, or, to justify the price or the box. So we have this new scale that's a larger scale that still has a good complexity to do stuff with. So what would we like to see in that? Let me hear what you got first, and then I'll throw in some of my stuff.
So I kind of to myself, I kind of made myself a little bit of a rule: no Optimus Prime, no Megatron, just to get that out of the way. Because you already have enough of those guys, and they usually do them in their own price points and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of try to think outside the box. What I did was I said Overlord, even though we have a new Overlord, but it would be pretty cool to see him a little bit bigger, a little bit.
It would have been
beefier.
more appropriate in that, yeah.
I know there's a third party. Was it Fans Hobby? I think that one just came out. Their version of Overlord. Everyone's going crazy, and it's really, really huge. So I would say that one in particular. I was also thinking, what's the name of the head for? Is it Cerebros? Crap.
We're talking
Fortress Max?
Fortress Maximus, Cerebros, a.k.a. Fortress, depending on which side of the ocean you are.
I was thinking maybe him, but I'm just trying to think, will that even... Are we still trying to go with the gimmick where it fits on the head or not?
So you want to make a massive head in the Commander class?
Yes.
That doesn't really work with anything because it would be so massive?
It would be so bad. Why not? Why not? And that'd be like a nice little skull that you can put on your desk or something. And people are like, ooh, what's that? You know what I mean? I'm just looking out, again, like I said, outside of the box kind of thing. And then I was like, I was just looking around my room or just thinking about other stuff. And I was like, ooh, what about, go to Beast Wars? You get some really good stuff there. I said Rhinox. Get a brand new Rhinox in that kind of class. And then also Depth Charge. I was like, who else is as big as Rhinox? I was like, oh yeah, Depth Charge.
Depth Charge would be another good one, yeah.
Yeah, so that's I think that's who I have so far.
I have a little bit of what I dipped in that Beast Wars era a little bit also. The first one that I brought up was, if they don't want to do a Titan class Scorponok, they seem to be really dancing around that one.
Oh, okay.
I could see Scorponok being used in this scale. It would in a lot of ways, it would kind of throw back to how Fortress Maximus was this huge 2-foot tall transformer, and the original G1 Scorponok toy was considerably less of that scale. That's one way. I mean, personally, I still would kind of like it if Scorponok was a Titan class, but if they don't want to do that, that would be the next best place to put it. And then again, because it's a smaller one and they don't like doing repaints of Titan classes, now you could actually get a Black Zarek repaint of Scorponok in this scale then instead. Number two, and this is one so many people have been clamoring about ever since we saw the Star Convoy, Star Saber.
I was going to put down Star Saber, but I just kind of left it off. I was like,
it'd be kind of cool. Star Saber's always been a very large character, one of those larger leader characters. Anyone who watched Transformers Victory, and you see when he stands next to people, he's pretty much towering over a lot of people. And I mean, even when you really dial it back, when he was fighting combiners and stuff, he's pretty tall next to them.
Ooh,
so
I forgot one, but go ahead.
Okay, well, we'll include it after.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of cool. Like, it would be a good excuse to put him in that price point. And I think that because the budget is higher on that price point, you could really do it justice. You could really have like the little V Saber and everything, and do a really good job at it, modernizing that character. And then going to the Beast Wars side of things, I was thinking, well, you don't want to do Combiner War stuff with 5 combiners and everything like that.
Right.
So now we have this Commander price point.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this.
Wouldn't it be cool if we did like Magnaboss or Tripredacus?
Yes.
Because it's instead of having 5 characters, which would probably go over the budget of $79.99 or whatever the commander point is, you have 3 characters instead, and you could really work something out with that. And if you're leaning more in that Beast Wars direction and including those kind of characters, it's kind of what we already did with Bakhan in a small sense, but again, more in a beast way would be kind of cool to see. And then assuming if those individual robots, if they're just small enough to be classified also as deluxes, you could then get extra mileage with those individual ones. Like, hey, we have a Lion one because of Magnaboss. We could do Lio Convoy. We could do a different version of Prowl or Lio Jr. And then again, because it's a Lion character, you could kind of like, maybe even do some original fun stuff, which would be cool. But I mean, it seems to be more just throwing back to old stuff. And then same thing, we have an elephant. It really hasn't been used much in Transformer lore outside of Beast Wars, but hey, an elephant character, outside of like, let's say Big Convoy. But I wouldn't compare Ironhide to Big Convoy. They're two aesthetically different tusked elephants, if you will, or mammoths.
Well, the Convoy is a woolly mammoth.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. But I'm saying like even
completely different.
Like just like the robot modes, they're so different that I can't even see them being repaints of each other. But it's just, and not to mention it'd be a deluxe scale, which I think wouldn't do it justice for Big Convoy. But it's something that, like, again, I could see that working. I could see that.
If you're in that mode of doing 3 characters to make one giant one, then why not throw in Road Caesar?
Oh yeah, Road Caesar, or even
Road Caesar to that whole mix.
Rail Racer, aka JRX.
That's true.
Like there's
get those mileage out of there.
It seems like the theme with this second wave of Siege and Legends is they're really going to the out of the box lore of Transformers history. We're not going for 84, 85, 86, 87 G1 anymore. Now we're looking at Armada, we're looking at Energon, we're looking at Cybertron, we're looking at the Japanese stuff, like, again, Victory Zone, Headmasters. We're looking at, again, in the case of Star Convoy, that's Operation Combination, and Battle Stars, that whole later era of Generation 1. Again, Operation Combination, mostly Micromasters, so it all kind of works with the theme. So it wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me.
Do you want to know my last one?
Yeah, shoot it.
J-Axis.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I remembered about him, I think it was the final Generations 2 comic. He's like crushing some dude's skull.
Oh, and especially...
and again, like remembering watching Overlord really kicking a lot of butt in the Combiner Wars. I was just like, geez, okay, yeah, I could see that kind of overlapping, that kind of...
And as much as G-Axis got a good toy, I liked his repaint, retool from the Armada Starscream. Yeah. But it was painfully small.
It's tiny.
And so, like, and again, I still liked it. It was very orange, which was a throwback to like a repaint from the Jetfire mold. It's a complicated story with that one. But the point is that not Jetfire, Jetstorm from Beast Machines.
Jetstorm, yeah.
But the point is that like it still is a cool toy, but it's still like it was me going like, man, if we did like a proper G-Axis with the proper colors and make him massive, you could do something really cool with that. Yeah. And that character really has not gotten, like we have such a short list now of who hasn't gotten proper toys yet, and he's one of those guys, so it'd be really cool to do that. And hey, if you want to do in the commander scale, sure, why not? I'd be down for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for the question, MassiveGains. Again, the Commander class, we still don't know really what we're getting ourselves into. We just have Jetfire right now. But I'm sure as time progresses, we'll definitely get an idea of what they want to do with this.